celebrating the Flood Control District's 50th anniversary. 50 years ago, the Board of Supervisors, as the Board of Directors of the district, signed the creation of the Flood Control District. And so today we're celebrating 50 years of that history of building flood hazard, mitigating flood hazards for the residents of Maricopa County.
1, 2, 3. It's an occasion that means a lot to a lot of people. If you could get some idea of where we started 50 years ago to where we are today on flood control, if you can think about the lives that we've saved, the property that we've saved, the progress we've made, it's just an amazing story.
What we have seen over 50 years is a lot of significant flooding events. And many of those early events, 1891 flood on the Salt River, the flooding of Luke Air Force Base in the early 50s, really prompted the district's formation. But flooding continues to occur. Now, it's not an everyday flooding. We live in the desert. We have monsoon flooding and then winter rain type flooding. It doesn't happen every year and all the time, but the key is that we're prepared for it when it does come, because it's not a question of if it'll rain, it's a question of when it will rain. We've probably got 2/3 of the county with some form of flood hazard mitigation, be it educating folks from not crossing flooded washes, to doing master plans to give better information as to where the flood hazards are, to building flood control structures, to maintaining those structures.
You have to go back a few years in history to remember the times that the bridges went out and they got flooded out. You have to talk about a 100-year storm and what that really means as far as disaster goes, and how many bridges that went out, how many roads went out, how many houses got flooded out. And when we have a storm now, it's like you almost forget all those things. It's just normal. And it's the only reason that you almost forget those things is millions and millions of dollars and some outstanding engineers and all the cities involved in the process, because it protects everybody.
But I would guess that the average citizen, in that they're not being flooded, probably doesn't understand that we've gone through a lot of effort to mitigate that hazard, and that's the way it should be. The public should be safe. And it doesn't matter whether they know that they're safe, as long as at the end of the day they didn't get flooded because of what their public dollars did.